The champagne glass shattered against the marble floor 3 feet from where I stood, and my sister's voice cut through the wedding reception like a knife. "You did this. You invited him here to embarrass me." Every head in the Grand Crystal Hall turned toward us. The DJ stopped the music mid-song. 200 guests froze with jollof rice halfway to their mouths. My sister Chidinma stood there in her white wedding dress, shaking with anger, pointing at me like I had committed murder. Behind her, near the entrance, stood Tay. Her ex-boyfriend. The man she had dated for 3 years before she met David. The man she swore she never wanted to see again. And somehow, I was being blamed for his presence. Let me back up. My name is Miriam, and I'm 28 years old. Chidinma is my older sister by 3 years. Growing up, we were close. But somewhere along the way, things changed. She started seeing me as competition instead of family. When I got into law school, she barely congratulated me. When I bought my first car, she made comments about how I was showing off. When men asked me out, she would tell them I was too young or not ready for a relationship. It hurt, but I always told myself she would grow out of it. Then she met David 2 years ago. He was everything she wanted: successful, handsome, respected in our community. She was over the moon. Finally, she had something I didn't have. A man. A wedding. A future. I was genuinely happy for her. I helped plan the bridal shower. I paid for her makeup artist. I stood by her through every dress fitting and every stressful moment. Because that's what sisters do. The trouble started 3 weeks before the wedding. Chidinma kept making little comments about how I should stay in my lane during the ceremony. She didn't want me talking too much to David's friends. She didn't want me wearing anything too nice that would take attention away from her. "Remember, this is my day," she said one evening while we were addressing invitations. "Not yours." "I know that, Chi," I replied, trying to stay calm. "I'm just here to support you." "Good. Keep it that way." Our mother pulled me aside later. "Just let her have this. You know how she gets." I nodded. I knew exactly how she got. Jealous. Insecure. Ready to blame me for anything that went wrong. But I never imagined it would go this far. The morning of the wedding was beautiful. The sun came up bright and warm. The Grand Crystal Hall looked amazing with gold and white decorations everywhere. The chairs were covered in silk. Fresh roses lined every table. The cake stood 6 feet tall near the stage. I arrived early to help Chidinma get ready. She was nervous but excited. Her makeup artist worked magic on her face. Her dress fit perfectly. For a moment, everything felt right between us. "You look beautiful," I told her honestly. She smiled at me through the mirror. "Thank you, Miriam. I'm glad you're here." Maybe, I thought, things would be okay after all. The ceremony went perfectly. David looked sharp in his black tuxedo. Chidinma glowed as she walked down the aisle. Their vows were sweet. When the pastor said, "You may kiss the bride," everyone cheered. Auntie Gloria, our father's loud sister, shouted from the back, "That's my niece." God is good. We all laughed. Even Chidinma smiled wide. The photographer captured every moment. It was the perfect wedding everyone had hoped for. Then we moved to the reception hall for food and dancing. That's when everything fell apart. I was standing near the gift table, talking to our cousin Kem, when I heard gasps from the entrance. I turned and saw him. He wore a dark blue suit and walked in like he owned the place. His eyes scanned the room until they landed on Chidinma. Her face went from joy to shock to pure rage in 3 seconds. "What is he doing here?" she whispered. Then louder, "What is he doing here?" David rushed to her side. "Who is that?" "My ex-Tay." Her voice shook. "Someone invited him." Someone wanted to ruin my day. Then her eyes found me across the room. And I saw it happen. The blame. The anger. All directed at me. Miriam. She screamed my name so loud that babies started crying. You brought him here. I stood frozen. What? I didn't. Don't lie to me. She grabbed a champagne glass from a nearby table and threw it in my direction. It missed me but shattered loudly on the floor. You've always been jealous of me. You couldn't stand to see me happy. The entire hall went silent. 200 pairs of eyes stared at me. I felt my face burn with embarrassment and confusion. Chidinma, I swear I didn't invite him. I don't even have his number anymore. Liar. She started walking toward me, but David held her back. You ruined everything. My perfect day. You ruined it. Auntie Gloria rushed forward, pointing her finger at me. Miriam, how could you do this? On your sister's wedding day? Have you no shame? But I didn't. I tried to explain, but no one wanted to listen. My mother looked at me with disappointment. Miriam, if you did this, you need to apologize right now. Mama, I didn't do anything. Some guests started whispering. I heard comments floating around. That's the younger sister, always causing trouble. Jealous girl, can't let her sister shine. She probably wanted David for herself. My cousin Kim touched my arm. Maybe you should just leave for now. Leave? From my own sister's wedding? After I had done nothing wrong? Then Tay, the cause of all this drama, finally spoke up. Actually, I received an invitation in the mail. I thought it was strange, but I came anyway. I wanted to wish Chidinma well. Who sent it? David demanded. Who invited you? Tay shrugged. The envelope had no return address. Just said I was invited to celebrate the wedding. Chidinma turned back to me. See? Someone sent him an invitation. And you're the only one who would do something like this. That makes no sense. I shouted back, finally losing my calm. Why would I want your ex at your wedding? What would I gain from that? But she wasn't listening. She was too angry, too embarrassed in front of all her guests. She needed someone to blame, and I was the easiest target. Security came and escorted Tay out. He left without fighting, but the damage was done. The mood in the hall had shifted from celebration to tension. People whispered. Some guests even started leaving early. I stood there, tears running down my face, wanting to defend myself but not knowing how. My own family believed I had done this terrible thing. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed my purse and left the hall. Behind me, I heard Auntie Gloria say, "Good riddance. Let the bride enjoy her day in peace." I sat in my car for 20 minutes, crying. My phone buzzed with messages. Some from friends asking what happened. Others from family members telling me I should be ashamed. Even my mother sent a text, "Come home when you're ready to apologize." Apologize? For something I didn't do? That's when I decided I would find out who really invited Tay. And when I did, everyone would know the truth. The next 3 days, I barely slept. I kept thinking about that invitation Tay mentioned. Someone had sent it. Someone wanted to cause trouble. But who? I called Tay, swallowing my pride. "Can you send me a picture of that invitation?" He did. It looked official, printed on cream cardstock, just like the real invitations. But something was off. The font was slightly different. Someone had made a fake. I started asking questions quietly. I called the print shop where Chidinma ordered the real invitations. They confirmed they only printed 200 copies. This fake one came from somewhere else. Then I remembered something. 2 weeks before the wedding, David's best friend Kunnel had asked me for Tay's contact information. He said he wanted to clear the air about something from David's past. I had thought it was strange but didn't push. Now I wondered, what if Kunnel was involved? I did some digging. I talked to people. I asked careful questions. And slowly, the truth came out. Kunnel, David's childhood friend and best man, had been secretly jealous of David's success. While David built a good business and found love, Kunnel struggled with jobs and relationships. He smiled in David's face but resented him behind his back. Kunnel had hoped that bringing Tay to the wedding would cause a big scene. Maybe even break up David and Chidinma. He had found Tay's address through social media, printed a fake invitation, and mailed it. And he had let me take all the blame without saying a word. I gathered my evidence. Screenshots of messages, testimony from the print shop worker who remembered Kunnel asking about the invitation paper, and even a friend of Kunnel who had heard him bragging about his brilliant plan while drunk. Now I had to decide, what would I do with this information? I wanted to scream it from the rooftops immediately. But I knew I had to be smart. If I just told people, Kunnel would deny it. I needed proof that everyone could see. Proof that would clear my name and embarrass everyone who had blamed me so quickly. Our family had a big gathering planned for the following Saturday. A post-wedding celebration at Auntie Gloria's house. Everyone would be there, Chidinma, David, all the family members who had turned against me. Perfect. I prepared everything carefully. I printed out all the evidence. I practiced what I would say. I even dressed in my best outfit because I wanted to look confident when I exposed the truth. My hands shook as I drove to Auntie Gloria's house that Saturday. But I was ready. The party was already going when I arrived. People were eating, laughing, and celebrating the newlyweds. When I walked in, the room went quiet. Chidinma glared at me from across the room. What is she doing here? I heard someone whisper. Auntie Gloria came up to me. Miriam, I don't think you should be here. You've caused enough trouble. I took a deep breath. Actually, Auntie, I came to clear something up. Everyone needs to hear this. We don't want to hear your excuses, Chidinma snapped. Not excuses. The truth. I pulled out my folder of evidence. About who really invited Tay to the wedding. That got everyone's attention. Even David stepped forward. What are you talking about? I looked at Kunnel, who stood near the food table. His face had gone pale. It wasn't me who invited Tay, I said loudly, making sure everyone could hear. It was Kunnel. Gasps filled the room. Kunnel laughed nervously. That's crazy. Why would I? Let me show everyone why. I spread out my evidence on the dining table. Here's a receipt from a print shop showing Kunnel ordered an invitation paper 2 weeks before the wedding. Here are screenshots of him asking me for Tay's information, claiming it was for David. Here's a statement from his friend who heard him admit what he did while drunk. The room erupted. Everyone crowded around to look at the evidence. David's face turned dark as he stared at his best friend. Kunnel? You did this? Kunnel tried to defend himself. Man, it was just a joke. I didn't think. A joke? David's voice rose. You tried to ruin my wedding? You let Miriam take the blame? Some friend you are. Chidinma stood frozen, her mouth open. She looked at me, then at the evidence, then back at me. Finally, she understood. She had accused the wrong person. The aftermath was intense. Kunnel tried to apologize, but David threw him out of the house. I don't want to see your face again, he said. Their friendship was over. Then everyone turned to me. The same people who had blamed me now looked ashamed. Auntie Gloria couldn't even meet my eyes. My mother came and hugged me, whispering, I'm so sorry I didn't believe you. But the apology I wanted most came last. Chidinma approached me slowly, tears in her eyes. Miriam. She struggled with the words. I'm so sorry. I accused you without proof. I let my jealousy and anger make me believe the worst about you. You didn't deserve that. I looked at my sister, the woman who had doubted me so quickly, and I felt my own anger start to fade. You hurt me, Chi. You embarrassed me in front of everyone. You didn't even give me a chance to explain. I know. And I have to live with that. She wiped her tears. Can you ever forgive me? I thought about it. Revenge felt good when I exposed Kunal. But standing here now, seeing my sister's regret, I realized something important. Revenge isn't about making others hurt. It's about making sure the truth is known. I forgive you, I said finally. But things need to change between us. You need to trust me. You need to stop seeing me as competition. I will. I promise I will. We hugged, and it felt real. Not perfect, but real. As the party continued, with everyone now celebrating both the wedding and the truth, I learned my lesson: jealousy destroys families. Quick judgment destroys relationships. And sometimes, the best revenge is simply letting the truth speak louder than lies. My name was cleared. My sister learned a hard lesson. And our family would never forget the day when assumptions almost tore us apart. That's my story. The day I was blamed for ruining a wedding, and the day I proved that patience and truth are stronger than anger and revenge.